in this week's episode, we start in Napier, the Art Deco capital of New Zealand. It was rebuilt in this style after an earthquake in 1931 and is part of the Hawke's Bay wine region. Because we arrived later that afternoon and the weather wasn't looking too good, we thought we'd just head over to the aquarium and just spend a couple of hours there. We checked into the top 10 in Napier, and the next day we woke up and did the normal Matt goes fishing, I grab the coffees, clean up the van, and then just do a bit of work and enjoy a bit of the sunshine.
He has been fishing all morning. We're currently in Napier and I got shouts noise on the beach and then I just saw him holding up a fish. Here he comes. Hello, fisherman. Oh, you got one? Nice. A little Aussie salmon for dinner, like the other one that we had the other night, but a little small one. So he's off again to fish for some more. We're supposed to be going into Napier today to have a look at the Art Deco and then doing a 4-hour drive through Orere to Mount Maunganui, so we're gonna have to pull him away at some point. Everyone, this is Ruby. Just a cute little kitty. Oh, thanks, Rubes. That's such a lovely sight.
I managed to pull him away and we drove into Napier, which was pretty cool, but we had a really big drive ahead of us, so it was nice just to walk around and sort of feel like you're a bit on a weird movie set.
Matt's just got a Snickers wedge or something.
Biscuit stuff.
Some macaroons, because you can't beat a macaroon.
We did a 4-hour drive from Napier to Maunganui because we started kind of running out of time a little bit and wanted to get near the Coromandel and that side of the North Island. Obviously, in New Zealand fashion, we came across the most beautiful skies and the landscape, and then we were greeted with this amazing sunset when we arrived at the campsite. And then the next day, we went into actual Maunganui town, and Maunganui actually in Maori means big shark. It was actually one of the busiest whaling points in the 1800s, and now it's just a really pretty coastal village. But definitely recommend walking up the famous Mount Maunganui, and you get to view the whole coastline and you see the famous White Island volcano on the horizon, which is one of the most active volcanoes in New Zealand. But the views are just breathtaking and there's no filter on this. That is actually what the colour of the sea looks like and the coastline. Whilst I had a little sunbathe, Matt decided to obviously go fishing and saw a ray. Look, I love it. And he caught the biggest kauai in the whole trip of New Zealand. Fair play to the man, he does really well with the old fishing. Look at that, the size of that bad boy, huge.
Yeah.
He's come back with a fish. No head, but just the fish. Also another kauai, yeah?
Yeah.
That's bigger than yesterday, no?
No.
After a 2.5-hour drive from Maunganui, we managed to get to Hotwater Beach in the Coromandel.
We've come back down with a shovel, which is actually free when you're a top 10 member from the campsite that we're staying at, that was the word. And we're going to try and we are going to dig a hole and see how warm it really is. You've got to do it 2 hours either side of low tide. So today's low tide is at 2, so it's 12 o'clock now, so we're going to give it a go now. But yeah, there's quite a lot of people down here already, which we were
space on the beach.
We were aware of. The holes, when they're full of water, can get to between 60 to 65 degrees in the heat because of the thermal. Exactly. We'll let you know how hot it gets on our little bum bums. Little Miss Muffet here today in his little hat. And in case he's not told you yet, because he won't shut up about his toe, he's made a splint for his toe out of a casing that you can buy for your toothbrush. He's very proud of it. Would you like to share any?
Are you finished?
Yeah. That's Matt there digging. And this is the other thousands of people in their holes. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some steam coming off from underneath the sand. This is our new tub. Constructed by Matt. He's doing good for his toe.
It's too hot.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to do is make us
Up there is boiling. Put your hands in that bit.
Oh! You can put an egg in that.
Good.
it's actually too hot, so Matt's now digging
Into the cold area.
to get some cold sand. They weren't lying when they said it was 65 degrees, 60 to 65. Like, that's hotter than bath water. There is steam. I'm going to show you some steam coming off our little baths. Hello. If you want a never-ending 4-hour bath,
That was hot.
yeah,
Definitely was 60 to 65 degrees.
that,
Easy.
that place.
So we dug the biggest hole on the beach. Then we snaked. Well, I did. You just sat there, took the glory. And then when we left, we just got up and left. And we were fighting over our hole. Weren't they, Snake?
Yeah, they were.
But yeah,
Really cool.
there you go.
And also really nice that you can just sit in there for 4 hours, 2 hours either side of thingy, and it actually gets hotter, which is weird for a bath. Anyway, it's really busy, but yeah, it's cool. Definitely worth doing, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. A bit of graft to get your old dog beeping off.
Yeah. I was turned into a bit of a plunge pool.
Oh yeah, full submerge.
But no. But now Matt's going fishing, and I am going to have some food, maybe sit at that nice little restaurant there. Hotties, it's called. Sinead, look.
Oh,
Hotties! Do some work as well.
get a coffee in.
Yeah. Much. Oh, but would recommend definitely taking some water.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, there was people there with
Chili
a...
bins and that full of bevies. And
Yeah, so
drinks.
they're in there for the next 4 hours, just having a lovely old time with a couple of beers. So definitely recommend doing that. But you can also just cool off by the sea, which is nice. So, yeah. We went out after the hot water beach situation yesterday. We decided to sit at this lovely bar on the beach and have drinks all evening until closing. And we sat and met some lovely Canadians and had good chats with them. However, this morning, someone's in a bit of a pickle. So we've literally driven 15 minutes and had to have a little stop. I've gone and done a breakfast burrito, crisps, smoothie that has coconut water in, pickup. So to help him, because I don't think 31 is going well for people with a hangover. I don't think they can deal with their drink anymore. But we are at Hahe Beach, so I'll show you what it looks like. It's really pretty. This is Hahe Beach. There's a very hungover Matt there, slightly revived, and it's famous for its pink sand, which is made by the crushed seashells. And then over here, just behind this outlet, is Cathedral Cove, and it was also the place where they filmed Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Loads of little islands out here, which is cool. It was inhabited around 800 years ago by the Maori people. That's all I've really got to tell you. It's a lovely area, there's some really big houses around here. Don't think Matt wants to share any insight.
With Matt feeling a little less hungover, we drove an hour and a half to Shelly Beach, the other side of Coromandel. Of course, in true Foss fashion, he went fishing at Long Bay, and I did the 40-minute Corey Loop track, which has a 1,200-year-old Corey tree you walk around. And again, it's just another lovely reminder of New Zealand's nature. I mean, look at the size of that tree.
Good afternoon. We've come on a kayak. Matt's fishing, and we are in, I don't remember the name of this bay, do you? Long Beach? It's just around the corner from Shelly Beach anyway. This is the view. Look how lovely that is. It's our final day, full day, in the van in New Zealand, and we are at a place called Orere Point. Could have butchered that name, not quite sure. It's raining, but it's okay, it's still warm. And Matt bought another fishing rod because yesterday's one broke, but we won't talk about that. So we're going to a place called Napier Point, which is like a 10-minute walk just from the campsite. Oh look, it looks lovely down there. To hopefully catch some fish, and it's just something to do today. whilst we sort of sort the van out, get it ready to give it back to its owners tomorrow. Change of plan. We walked down to the beach and I don't think we can walk all the way around to Napier Point because of the tide coming in, so you can drive there. So we're going back to the van. Update, we have driven to the Napier Point area, but it's actually been land that has been bought by some massive house, so you can't actually get any further. We also drove past a wharf, which we're now back at. I don't know if you can see, but there is Mr. Foss looking at the signs because he's confused as to this being the fishing sign explaining about fishing and rules and regs, but then over there it says danger, keep out, so we're not sure whether we can fish here or not. I've just had the call, and the call, it's like the book in Devil Wears Prada, but not as exciting. Basically every time Matt gets into them, again I don't know if that's the right terminology, he calls me, so I'm coming down to see what he's caught and maybe give it a go. Honestly, it's a life of luxury being a fisherwoman's wife. Look at the concentration in the man's face. Woohoo! Whoa! I caught a fish! I caught a fish. He's only little though. Look at him. It's like a goldfish.
Pissed on me.
Hello, fish.
Snaps.
Bye. We've had a bit of lunch. Now we're off to our second spot of the day. It says I should sit in there so there's no wind. I'm sheltered. It's the final night in the van. We've done...
Really doing that?
Yes!
It's time to go to sleep.
It's been 2 months. Just woken up a sleeping dog.
Dog?
Yeah.
Fucking dog. Cheeky twat.
And yeah, we've had a lovely old time. So we now move on to Nelson, where we are doing a workaway for a month and staying with a lovely family down there in an area called Tasman, and we've hired a car for the month, so that's what we're going to do. So that'll be very exciting, the next chapter of our New Zealand adventures. Hey Matthew.
Tasman, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Why?
Tasman's fucking huge. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's the area, that's the region.
And it goes all the way down past Lanarks and everything.
No, it doesn't.
Tasman's massive though.
Whatever. We're staying on the coast.
Next to Nelson. That's what we need to know.
Next to Nelly. Okay. Bye from me and the sloppy Joe.
What?
Okay, bye.